Leave it off.
I don't know.
Yeah, stick it on or leave it off. You vote.
On, off,
That's right. You.
on, off. I don't know.
Doobie doo bop bop.
All right.
Doobie doo bop 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 bop.
So, welcome to another exciting episode of Feel Real
and
Fun.
the doobie doo bop 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 bitty bop.
And I do believe I am correct. It is the 1st of June.
Oh my God, you are always
2021.
correct, and I am
Well,
always right.
Well, I wasn't correct.
Doobie doo bop
Because
bop.
I actually thought it was the 31st of May.
Well, it's funny because I put out a thing this morning. I said, the year is half over. It's half over, people. You've been dicking around for half a year. It's not over for for another month.
Exactly.
Yeah, so but seriously, some people, they've dicked around for 5 whole fucking straight months. And you know what? Doobie-doo bop bop. That's right. And the doobie-doo bop 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 bop. Oh my God, they're tagging friends already.
Are they? Oh, cool.
Darkery, I
Good
saw
on
that.
yous.
Look at the Triple D people. Dave, Mal, Stephanie is here. Triple D, Tony.
Oh,
I'll
yes.
be doing the bop bop maybe today. I'll be honest.
Why
Right?
is all of this bop bop? Because
I'm
you're doing it
just-
for about 5 minutes before
I'm
the
just
show.
in the mood for the bop 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 diddly
He's
doo bop bop
excited.
bop. Oh my God.
Okay. And so today's show is
Bop,
how
bop,
to
bop, bop.
manifest healthy teeth
Healthy teeth and smile.
and a super smile.
Super smile. Super
Cool.
duper. Paula. I always go to the Paula Abdul thing. Like I say your name and you see it and I
You
just go
think
straight
Paula
up.
Abdul. You think of that song that you love.
Oh, I love that
With who
one.
was
Straight
the guy?
up.
Who was the guy? Straight up.
Well, they
The
say
guy
it was
that dances?
Arsenio Hall, but it was the other guy. But maybe it was both. I don't know.
Mm.
But there's Joe Weldon. He's got no friends. He says, "You got friends. You made a movie this weekend, right? Did you see it? I sent it to you.
No.
Oh,
Whoa. I'll watch
Jumpin'
it after the
Joe,
show.
well done.
Cool.
Doobity bop
Excellent.
bop bop.
A movie or the beginning?
Yes.
Yes, I thought so.
Well, the beginning is a movie. I mean, we don't have any attention span in Australia. Bop bop.
That's true. Well, some people don't.
All right. So, Victoria, visit us at freeneville.com.
That's right. Join the
Doobity bop bop.
221 email list.
That's right. Pseudo in the random, everyone. By the way, when you're tagging people, tag people who you think might be here, might not be here, who may come anyway, because Facebook really has fucked it up, guys.
Have they?
Well, we normally have like 50 people here right about now. We got 15. They don't notify anyone anymore. So, but if you actually put up a comment or notify or share with people or tap them, right? Tap it. We saw that video last night at the end of the thing.
What was that?
Use a tap. Anyway, doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah. Tap the ass. Tap my ass or something. It was
You actually said that on the show.
movie
That's
was
funny.
all right. Well,
Yeah,
it's not that rude a word, but it was okay. It was a Kevin Spacey movie.
I
But
enjoyed
at the
it.
end,
I like
they
Kevin
had a
Spacey.
stupid song.
Yeah, he was fabricating, but it was
A
good.
fabricator, he was.
So anyway, tap
Yes.
people.
Right.
Can't believe you actually said that on the show. That's funny.
Me?
Yeah, I wouldn't even say that on the show.
Oh, dust. No, you'd say something worse.
Probably. Yeah, I never have. Anyway, so Victoria, in for the...
Well, join our 90-day adventure
that
manifesting mastery course.com.
y'all know about that half a donut thing, cheapo cup of coffee. All right, next time you feel like splashing someone in the face with a cheapo cup of coffee, because it's only 97 cents or $1, right? Yeah, that's when you go, all right, yeah. Manifestingmasterycourse.com. That whole thing about meanings.
You know what? You guys have done it ace yet. Tagging all these people. I noticed we've gone up one person.
That's great.
That's amazing. From 15 to
they'll
16.
come. Look at that.
I know.
Yo, Q.
And for refunds, visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com. There's
All
a
right.
big Q.
Yo. So we're going to dive in. We've got a reader email from somebody in manifestingmasterycourse.com. And we're just going to have some fun. And for you guys that are looking at getting in Triple D this month, because we're going to open it up again this month, right? Contact me now to get on the early bird list because, it always goes fast. There always are at least 5 to 7 people afterwards that say, I dicked around. And it's like, yep, you dicked around again. All right, so.
Cool.
Anyway.
Okay, so this reading email's from Suzanne. Hi, Mr. 2020.
Yo, Suzanne.
I've been working through teeth and gum issues for some time. I've had a belief for a while that this is something I can resolve, but despite imagining the end result is resolved, the physical feeling always seems to knock me out of the state of health, and then the doubt creeps in. It's like a constant seesaw. No matter how many times I remind myself the sensation in my teeth immediately makes me doubt. I'm wondering if my feel at real sessions have just not been the right scene or details, or if it's just a constant process of imagining, reminding yourself that what you are experiencing physically does not mean anything and does not mean what I imagine it means, and revising. I felt really good in my sessions of imagining it resolved. I realised that may be difficult to answer, and also appreciate this is a process and I'm still learning. Thanks, Suzanne.
Suzanne in Manifesting Mastery.
Yeah,
Let's
no.
dive in. Ready?
Okay,
So
let's
we did
dive
one on
in.
eyesight a long time ago. And the eyesight one's pretty cool because we talked about the thing a lot of people are trying to manifest good eyesight and they're imagining, yeah, good eyesight
Got
instead
ya.
of what implies they have good eyesight. So we came out with Neville Goddard made up some really cool stuff, and we made up some videos about the really cool stuff, and it was the four mighty ones, and it was the first one, Jumpin' Joe Welton, where we talked about the producer, right?
That's
And,
right.
and the producer talks about lack, right?
Is the first one the producer or the author?
No,
What, you have the producer before you've even got a story?
somebody's got to go watch the show.
I do. I will. Because I know there's the producer, the author, the director, the actor.
Yep.
But I would have thought the story should always come first.
Well, the producer sets the stage.
Okay.
All right. So, ready, guys?
Yes.
So, what would you lack? I want you to go give that video a look because we talk about what would you lack if. Right, this whole thing of like, so I remember when I had my shit car, and my shit car finally broke down for the last time that I acknowledged it. Then I parked across the stream and I shut the drapes. I swear to God, the windows you see behind you, you did
Yeah.
not see from anywhere in the house for 2 months. Right? I didn't look out them. If I walked outside, I did not turn left.
No,
I
look
didn't.
down.
I didn't look in that direction. Right.
Yeah.
So what would I lack? Now here's the cool thing. Right. Did not having an automobile, a motor car, stress me out? No. See, I was here building the kingdom. Right? I was doubling my income and working half the time and doubling my income and working half the time again and not being traffic. So not having a shit car that I didn't even notice that I did not have and I just parked it across the stream and shut the windows. I'm serious. You guys that have been here like Jumpin' Joe, right? Like seriously. Yeah, you can imagine walking out of my house and I don't turn that way. I turned the other way, right? Seriously, for 2 months. I just said, fuck it, not interested. But I lacked concern about, oh my God, I got a broken car. How will I ever make... because there's people now in Australia, right? You can't buy a car in Australia. Used cars, new cars, they're all gobbled up because of the loogie.
Yeah.
Right? We live on an island. Remember that. It's not Gilligan's Island, but it's an island, right?
Yes.
And so literally our buddy had his car T-boned and they gave him a rental car, but they said, you're going to be driving it for 6 months because we can't get you a replacement vehicle. So he's got a rental car for 6 months, right? Now here's the cool thing, right?
Alan.
Yeah. That wouldn't bother me. I don't go anywhere. What would I lack? Because I'm not psychologically employable. Look at me. Right?
Yeah, look at him.
Right? I am not the guy you want to hire for things because I get shit done. Right? That's why I don't work an hourly job. That's why I don't go other places. I get shit done and go out to the hot tub. Right? This is a different way of life. So let's bring it back to your teeth. What would you lack if teeth weren't an issue? You'd never think about them. I mean, most people don't think about their ankles until they break them. Right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like my right ankle gets a little sore in the cold, right?
Yeah.
But generally, I never think about my ankles. You Triple D people know what I'm talking about at a different level.
Yeah.
But like first of all, you wouldn't be thinking about your teeth, right?
Yeah.
So like if you had healthy teeth, healthy gums, all that good shit, I mean, would eating like a handful of nuts be a big deal if you like nuts? What kind of peanut butter would you buy? Would you buy peanut butter differently? There's going to be something typical in your day, right? That's going to be different once your teeth are different, and your teeth are no big deal, right? Like, I know people with food sensitivities, right? And the whole thing is like, if you got a gluten thing going on, and it's like, hey, you want to come over for dinner? We're having sausages and stuff. And it's like, well, sausages, what's in the sausages? We want to make sure the sausages are gluten-free and the stuff's gluten-free. You get it, but if gluten was not a big deal,
Yeah.
right?
Sausages don't grow.
Yeah, sausage, whatever,
Yeah.
right? So I got
you.
right. But let's read some Neville Goddard.
Okay.
Right.
Excellent. So Neville says, if you desire health, you must assume it. even though the doctor's reasoning world produces proof to the contrary. You must be ever aware that they are not your God, that there is only one God, and his name is I Am. When you point to another as an authority in your world, you are transferring the power that belongs to God to an idol.
Alrighty, and idols can't operate the power. Now here's the fun thing. Ready? So no matter what the doctors say, and I mention this because this is important, because
Yes.
because it's very, very impotent. Because if you're really like, remember Neville had a tooth problem. Why did Neville have a tooth problem? Because he actually
Did he?
listened to his dentist, right? His dentist said that'll last 10 years. And sure enough, at 10 years, right? Because Neville listened to him. Neville knew better.
What happened in 10 years?
Bad, right?
Oh.
You have to read the story. You have to watch the show and
I
read the
never
story.
knew.
You're going to be
Yeah,
busy, right?
I am. Gosh. And Joe's movie, right. Yes.
And Joe's movie. Where you been?
I know. I've been busy. My mum's gone to respite, and I've just found out I've got to move her from one respite place to another respite place on Monday. But yeah. Sorry, that's
right.
where I've been.
That's where she's been. She's been busy,
Yeah.
right? Now, here's what's really
Yes.
cool, right? So, but as long as the doctor's your God, right? Suddenly, like I used to watch people in the nursing home. The doctor would come in and they'd shrink. I'd be like, that's fascinating. Do it again. Do what? Shrink. I didn't shrink. So when the doctor came in and they go,
Yeah,
it's
right.
like, fuck, this is wonderful, cool, right? Because if you point out where people shrink, then they tend to stop. So we always want to notice, are we believing what the doctor said? And I'm not against doctors, right? You know, I find doctors somewhat useful. I find them somewhat and useful, right? I tend to duck them.
Somewhat and useful.
Right. I tend to duck them, right? But here's the fun thing,
Yes.
right? If you don't agree, like Neville had a health condition that the doctors kept saying this was the cause, that was the cause, nobody could figure it out. Then Neville went, I know the cause.
Just got it.
Right?
It's
yeah,
me.
it's me. Right?
Yeah.
So I mentioned this somewhat in passing because whatever your doctor says, that's an opinion. Right? It might be a professional opinion. It might be a seasoned professional opinion. But I can tell you, I've walked away from probably like half a dozen to a dozen diagnosed and undiagnosed conditions, right? And some of y'all know about some of them. And so what? But meanwhile, Victoria.
Yes.
We've got a massive Neville Goddard quote. This is going to be so good.
Another one.
Yep.
Okay.
And I'm going to drink a lot because I love this. Victoria got me this. This is one of my gifts from a couple of years ago.
Oh, it was. I love that. Hot tea, all ice cold, because it's
Keeps it
double
hot or cold.
line glass. It's nice. Okay, and the second Neville quote goes, things will disappear only as man changes his consciousness. To turn your attention from that which you are aware of being is to decapitate that body. But just as a chicken or snake continues to jump and throb for a while after its head has been removed, likewise qualities and conditions appear to live for a while after your attention has been taken from them. Man, not knowing this law of consciousness, constantly gives thought to his previous habitual conditions and, through being attentive to them, places upon these dead bodies the eternal head of creation. Thereby he reanimates and resurrects them.
So if you haven't listened to today's podcast, go listen to it, right? Because I've used this quote somewhat.
That's a goodie
in today's
I like
podcast,
that. Yep.
right? So hashtag NevilleGoddardPodcast.com or just somebody type it in, Neville Goddard
Hashtag
Podcast.
Neville Goddard Podcast.
.com.
Oh, does
Yeah.
it have to be
Yeah,
Neville Goddard / Oh no,
No,
just Neville
yeah,
Goddard
skip the
Podcast.
hashtag thing, NevilleGoddardPodcast.com, right?
Okay.
So if you go there, listen to that. But this is really cool because, first of all, have you noticed they always say snake tastes like chicken? Right? True.
And both the chicken and the snake, they
Yeah.
keep throbbing
Yeah.
and running.
Now, I love that Neville mentions both of these.
Yes.
Because, like, literally, I mean, like, I think everybody should be a gardener or a farmer at least once, right? And when you cut the head off of one of the damn things, like, yeah, they continue to move,
Yes.
right? Now, this is what I love when people tell me, Mr. 20, the world is not real. And I always tell them, this came up the other day in the Facebook group, Mr. 20, the world's not real. I says, all right, here we go again. Right, give me your phone, your money, your sister, and your car, right? So
Phone, money, sister, car.
yeah,
Right.
so far nobody has sent me
Phone,
phone,
money,
money, sister,
sister, and
car.
car.
I've only ever been given one iPhone, right? And
Oh, yes.
that was
A
from a
friend.
friend who bought a new iPhone and said, "Hey, I'll give you the old one,"
Yeah.
right? But she believes it's real, right? So I think it's real too, right? So yeah, because I really call home on it, right? So when I look at all this stuff, and like Neville talks about, like when you cut the head off the chicken or the snake, okay, and it doesn't matter. I mean, you eat what do you want to eat, right? I mean, like I've eaten both, right? Yeah,
When did you eat snake?
oh, back in the old country.
In the old
Yeah, I haven't
country.
bothered here because you're not allowed to kill snakes here.
Well, you'd want to make
Right?
sure they're dead here.
Yeah,
Because
really,
they're
because they're
pretty
fucking nasty,
poisonous.
right?
Yeah.
But when you whack it off, let's face it, if you whack the head off of something and it wiggles around for a little bit, you can stare at it, you can run from it, or here's the thing, right? You cut off the head, you notice it's still bobbling around, you celebrate noticing, and you walk back into your house. What does Neville call? He says the state that you most commonly return to is your dwelling place, right? So if you're imagining what implies your wish fulfilled, eating peanuts, for example, would imply the wish is fulfilled, probably for teeth, or not eating my peanuts though, right? Because I'm a little possessive,
Yeah.
right? But if you really, that's right, Joe, whack it off, right? You have a snake, you
Whack it off.
Yeah,
Yes.
you take the shovel to it, right?
You
That's
had
it.
to do that here once in the garden.
We don't admit to that because that's a felony
Oh,
in
yeah,
Australia,
sorry.
right? So, deadly snakes are protected, right? Even
Yeah.
though there's a dozen in everybody's garden, they're all protected. So that's like, I always say, let me get this right: possums
Are protected.
are protected. They can destroy your house,
Yeah,
and
and
snakes are
piss everywhere.
protected, right?
Yes.
But my wife's not a protected thing, so she
Yeah.
can go out there and get chased by one and bit by the
The
other.
other and die.
Right.
And it's just like, oh, well,
Yeah,
it was a protected species.
that's right. We did good. So, when you notice that you've been transfixed by the chicken running around with its head cut off, or the snake, all that stuff, you go back in your dwelling place, and ready, #doorway. Somebody put that in, would you?
Hashtag doorway.
Because, like, I know we all want to be like Victoria. You want to stand around with your butter knife and try to chisel your way into the house, right?
What?
Yeah. See, she doesn't do that. If you want to come in the house, what do?
I opened the door.
You open the door, you walk through the door, right? Neville says you can change state in a twinkle of an eye, and you do. If you fall out of a state, it's because you walk outside and stare at the chicken, right? If you walk back in your house, right? Same thing, right? It's as simple as going through a doorway. But we really want to just acknowledge a few things. Number one, is the doctor's brain and is the doctor's voice in your head? If so, get rid of that. Remember, it's a professional opinion. Number two, imagine what implies your wish is fulfilled. Again, are the sensations of the world going to distract you? You betcha, right? I mean, you gave life to stuff. It's the echo. The echo runs around for a little bit after you withdraw attention from it. No big deal. I just keep going. There's your thing. And the third thing, and this is going to be the twist. Everybody #twist.
Ooh, the twist.
The
Hashtag twist.
Ready?
Yes.
How many wishes are you putting in? How many buns in the oven every day? Because we always notice this, right? I've got this one important wish. It's always on my mind.
And we obsess on it.
Yeah, you go into
Yeah.
orbit around it. When
Yeah.
only something smaller goes in orbit around something bigger, right? Yeah, you can just study this. It's in science and stuff.
So you can't have bigger things going around smaller things. It's only ever big thing,
Well,
small things going around big.
Pretty much, but the smaller thing can cause a little bit of wobble in the big thing, but that's another thing, right? So look it up, right? I used to be a scientific kid. He said I was scientistic.
Scientistic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yes.
I think that's roughly about it. So, yep. Boom.
There you go.
So imagine what implies your wish has been fulfilled when you notice that you've been bumped. Celebrate, walk back through the door. Celebrating's big.
Yeah. And what was the twist again?
The twist.
Yeah.
What twist?
You said the #twist. What was the twist?
Oh, the twist was something.
Yeah. I don't. Now I'm going to have to watch this show again as well. I got so many things to do. I'm busy for the rest of the day.
That's right. Yeah.
No, I can't remember what you said.
Well, the twist always comes down to that whole thing. Remember, you're bigger than any state. You're bigger than all your states, right? All your wishes. But here's the thing: if you've got one on your mind all the time, like Tony Doyle and I,
Oh,
right?
yes.
We're writing a book together. It's a conversation that never happened. And what keeps happening is other things pop in and I forget to get back to them, right?
Yeah.
Tony Doyle, I apologize, right? But also here's the cool thing. Tony's busy too, right? We would go back and forth, boom, 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 but we get busy with other things.
Yeah.
And here's the cool thing. When you get, I'm bigger than the tooth problem, you'll find yourself giving life to all kinds of desires. If you go, oh, tooth problem, it's bigger than me, then you'll go in orbit around it.
Yeah.
As much as I keep telling Tony day in and day out for about 5 or 7 days now, I'll get back to you today, I haven't. And I haven't because I stumble around in my little universe into all kinds of things. And that's what I want. This is the big twist. The big twist is, if you're not putting other buns in the oven, start putting other buns in the oven.
Yeah, yeah.
Because that implies something in and of itself, that you've got more on your mind than your teeth.
Yeah.
Sort of like my shaving. I mean, like I woke up this morning, like, yeah, I got to shave.
What? You had a shave?
No, I ought to.
Oh, right. I was going to say, wow, your hair grows quick.
Yeah, I didn't. But how many things have I done today so far? Like, lots. I even made tea.
You did. Okay, you guys. So, that was our show. What's that? Hashtag...
More buns, please.
More buns, please.
That's it, Tony Doyle.
Cool. What we would like to know is, tell us, what was your hashtag strawberry bits?
Victoria.
Yeah, mine actually was, I really like that about the dwelling place. Just for me, visually seeing it as a doorway, like walking back into your house.
Yep.
And your dwelling place like being the house. And that, I just found that really cool. I don't know how else to explain. But just it being as simple as that. Whenever I feel like I'm getting obsessed or whatever it is about something, just seeing myself walk back to, do you know what I mean?
Totally. Totally.
Walking inside it, back into my house. I like that. So that's my strawberry bit.
See, I love that Neville once or twice mentioned this whole 3D and 4D thing. Or he also once or twice mentioned subconscious, right? But what happens is people get so stuck on things. Right? And it's like if you look at the whole level, like if you look at Neville's teachings over the decades, right, it all comes back to the same thing, right? Surrender to the state of your wish fulfilled, experience what implies your wish is fulfilled, the state that you most commonly return to is your dwelling place. Neville doesn't say, fortress, right? No, he just says, right, return to your dwelling place. Neville watched the news, for God's sake. Some people go, right, I'm going to hide from the news. It's like, all right, well, if you hide from anything, you're just going, it's bigger than you. I mean, I don't really watch the news. Anybody want to know how I do the news every day? I do the news every day. I do.
He does. Down the dog park.
Yeah, with Cube.
He gets out his phone.
Right, and I look at Apple News, and I read it all in Chinese Elmer Fudd voice. I have so much fun.
And he only reads the headlines.
I only read the headlines and I slam them all together, right? So there's no punctuation in my world. Right, so I'll read like 12
me
news
and Cuba going, what was that? What's that bit?
It's so much fun. So I get to know exactly what's all going on in the world in Chinese Elmer Fudd voice without punctuation. It's like, oh.
Cool.
All right, that's
cool.
Somewhere in there was a strawberry bit.
I guess there was.
Did I say one? We'll find out.
I don't know. I'll find out in the edits.
All right. Love you guys.
So that was our hashtag strawberry beds.
Boom.
One thing I'd just like to say, Mark, Dark Mockery.
Darker.
Thank you for playing Sizzle today. He
said he
played
where is Sizzle today?
So he's not here, but Dark Mockery made sure he did a shout out to everyone, and so good on you. Thank you.
Boom.
Meanwhile, go to freeneville.com.
221 email pseudo.
Random goodness.
That's right.
Join our 90-day adventure at manifestingmasterycourse.com.
That's right. Like next time you feel like splashing a scalding hot coffee on someone, realize you're probably adding meaning to the situation. And that whole week one lesson could probably keep you out of prison.
There you go. And for refunds, visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com.
Ashley says no school today. That's because it's Memorial Day in the US of A. Hoo-ha.
Ah.
Say it again.
Ah.
Hoo-ha.
Hoo-ha. Oh, good on you. Like everyone's thanking Mark. Good on you, Mark.
Look at that.
Yeah. Spencer
Q
only
says,
reads a heading. That's
headline.
Headline, sorry. Then spouts off.
I must have a little Spencer in there. That's right.
Cool.
Hoo-ha.
All right, you guys, have a great day tonight. I'm on a special assignment tomorrow. About 20 will be doing the show, I believe. Is that right? Is that correct?
It's nudes to me.
Is it?
It's
You're going to do it nude?
No, it's news. See, you catch on. It's funny. I learned people to listen faster.
I do listen a lot faster now, and I ignore it a lot more.
It's so much fun when I go out in public.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You know what's in the nudes today? Boom.